Hello and welcome to my vlog. I am William A. Rumley and this is my journey to writing. Stay tuned and enjoy this once a week vlog. And welcome to vlog 66. This week we'll be giving you a report on the Bear Sanctuary at Ouwehands. I'll give you a little bit of a demonstration of what I'm doing with Kling AI. We'll be talking about a new kind of archetype. The Branch Archetypes begin today, and we'll talk about the tragic villain, and then later updates, including what I've done with my Writers Nook. Stay tuned.
So, welcome back to the vlog. Here we're at Ouwehands Park, and it's one of my favorite zoos in Netherlands, primarily because it's got a bear sanctuary, where bears all over Europe are brought to have their last days and brought up to health. So let's take a walk through this and see what we can see.
Titans
Bulgaria.
rain down and the oceans rose to swallow us whole. Drown beneath the weight of heaven. Lost storms that never sleep. We fled below the waves, down the tower's silver spine. The nectar kept our hearts alive, but stole the sky from our children. 32 cities in the deep, 32 lanterns in the dark, 100 years without the sun, and still the storms remember us.
Going through the Barabos here at the Ouwehands Zoo is emotional. Sometimes you see 2 or 3 bears, sometimes you see all 8 of them. They are given a gigantic habitat to live in, and they'll live in together, but they're all cared for. These bears came from old circuses, from other zoos, from people's private collections, and they have lost the ability to live in the wild by themselves. So it's either this or putting them down. The sanctuary has really given the bears an opportunity to finish their lives with a bit of dignity, training them some of the behaviors they would have had they been left alone in the wild. Some of these bears never were in the wild and were born in captivity. I think of all the zoos, that this particular place inside this zoo is the most special that I've ever seen. So if we see more bears, I'll show them to you. But this time it looked like it was only 2, but we ain't done yet. We'll see.
So, you enjoyed that nice report from Ouwehands. It's a great visit we had. I want to talk a minute about the new thing that I've gotten into. I've always wanted to bring life to my art, and doing that means that I needed to somehow animate it. Now, I already have a Canva subscription, and I can generate some micro movies, like 5-second movies in Canva. The quality of which you've already seen in some of my um, movies and videos and trailers that I've released. But I wanted something I can have more control over, work with the camera, and show physics better. Here in this demonstration, I show you four different images that I created already from existing art. First off, Everett standing in the rain. Everett holding a glass of nectar, and the nectar is kind of moving around, jiggly, having good dynamics. And then the camera zoom away as Everett stares at the tower. And then, of course, the attack of the Titan comet onto the Earth. And that one includes the sounds that you're hearing right now. I made one more, and it will be in the next slide. One of the reasons I did this is because I want to do more with the music. And one way to put the music out is to make YouTube videos with animation and the music in it. And that gives a little bit more credibility to the music, makes it more findable. I YouTube likes it better, and hopefully, more importantly, you would like it better. See the next slide. So AI videos is a fantastic place and makes it possible that my visions can come even further alive. But now we're going to move into the branched archetypes. I've already talked about the 9 archetypes of characters. Now we're going to move into the idea that within each of those branches, we have even further archetypes. Um, and in this case, we're going to be talking about the tragic villain. Now we'll start off with the tragic villain is the one that believes in their mission, but they don't know that their mission is corrupt. So let's see and invoke this tragic villain. Let us call forth the one who fell so too far, the one whose heart crackles under the weight of longing, the one who believed they could bear the burden of fate until fate demanded too much. Come forward, tragic villain, we speak your name, not to condemn you, but to understand the fracture that made you myth. Tragic villain always grows from the shadow root, the archetype of fear, distortion, and unmet desire. But unlike pure shadow, the tragic villain is not born in darkness. They begin as something bright, a protector, a dreamer, a believer, a soul who wanted to heal the world. The branch twists only when the root is starved, when hope collapses, when love is lost, when the world asks them to sacrifice more than they can bear. They are the shadow's most human child. Every tragic villain carries a singular wound, a betrayal that rewrote their purpose, a loss that hollows their center, a longing that metastasized into obsession, a fear that they will never be enough. This wound becomes their compass. It guides every choice, it distorts every truth, it whispers, if I cannot be loved, I will be feared. If I cannot save the world, I will remake it. The tragedy is not the wound itself, but the belief that healing is impossible. Mask that is wearing on the outside the iron face, the cold resolve, the unshakable purpose, a persona forged from belief that vulnerability is fatal. They appear controlled, calculated, inevitable. But inside the inner mask is a shattered child, a heart still beating for what was lost, a memory they replay until it becomes myth. a desperate hope that someone might still reach them, even as they push everyone away. Tragedy is that both myths are true. However, if the wound consumes them, the tragic villain will become a tyrant justified by grief, a savior twisted into a destroyer, a lover who clings onto the crush, a visionary who burns the world to build a better one. Their downfall is never random, is always a logical extension of their pain, and they do not choose evil, they choose the only path that still feels like survival. But when the tragic villain rises, they become one of the most powerful forces in myth. They reclaim the wound as wisdom. They return to longing into compassion. They learn that redemption is not reversal, but a transformation. Their healing is quiet, fragile, and profound. A singular moment where they choose mercy over vengeance, truth over delusion, and connection over the control. And in that moment, they become the most heroic that many heroes themselves can be. I've decided to change it up. I've always been talking about in this part mythic connections and what we've seen with it. However, decided that it's very important to bring up misuse of these archetypes in writing. Writers often misuse this archetype by making them evil for convenience instead of necessity, over-romanticizing the pain until it becomes melodramatic, ignoring the wound, treating them as a plot device rather than people, redeeming them too quickly without earning that transformation, flattening their motive into power, revenge, or madness, using trauma as decoration instead of architecture. The tragic villain only works when their fall feels inevitable and their redemption feels impossible. The tragic villain is seen in the Saga of the Wardens of the Dawn. In book one, you see that the tragic villain is the first, um, and he has his own path. Um, but I would say that the most standout so far of my writing for tragic villains will be in book two with the Gunwraith, this character here you see. And it's so powerful for me that this villain has a story that I'm even considering making a side book for him. I hope when he comes out and you see it, that you enjoy it. So that is the tragic villain, and now he hands over the orb of knowledge off to who we will see next week. That will be the Exile. So we say goodbye. Let the ember of the palm dim. Let the wind carry last whispers of their sorrow. Let the path behind them close like a scar. Now turn your gaze into the new branch. The archetype burn from resilience, from survival, from the quiet refusal to break. Next week, we meet the Exile, the one who rises when the tragic villain fell. The forest shifts and the branches move and the myth continues. And now it's time for updates. So, book one still out there, still being sold. Go to my website. You'll find links to Amazon, Bowl.com, Barnes and Nobles, plus the one that you can get a discount on Lulu. The third book this week, I've taken a week off from work and have made it a kind of a writer's retreat. And I've gotten chapters 14 through 19 done, and that means about 50% of book two is now rewritten. So that was an incredible amount of achievement that I got, and might get a few. I will get more done next week. And I've cleared out my old meditation center, and I've made it into a writing nook. I will show you next week when I make a small video of it. But this week, in a minute, you'll see a mock-up that I made in AI. I wanted to point out that I'm also thinking about beyond the saga. Yes, I got 7 books to write. I'm on book 2 and 3. When I'm got book 2 to the editor and I go back to 3, I finish it. I get that to my beta reader. While my editor and beta reader are busy, I'm going to go to book 4. I'm going to keep this pattern all the way up through book 7 because I love writing and the saga needs to come out. But beyond book 7, I'm thinking of a Gunwraith book and more, a lot more. But this week I also got some inspiration on what that Gunwraith book could look like. And so the beginning ideas kind of live into it. So I recorded those. So you might be asking, a writer's nook? Why do you need a writer's nook? Aren't you just writing where in your desk? And I was like, well, no, I don't. I'm not using a desk at home. Right now, I've written all these books and everything from this easy chair, also recording this vlog from this easy chair. Now, that's good and bad. It requires me to take over the living room, and my family can't use the living room appropriately because they make noise, it goes into the vlogs. So I needed to be fair to them, and I have a room upstairs. I have these nice tables set up, and I decided I'm going to retake it over and make it my writer's nook. And I've spent several hours this week doing just that. And I had to get some new furniture, new computer screen, work with the data and the cabling, and this was the inspiration that I made in AI to help me think about what I would do with it. Next week, I'll give you an actual video of the Nook so you can see what it all looks like. Amazing. It's amazing. I love this journey. So all in all, I'm at the end of my week off, and tomorrow I return to work. Um, this writer's retreat for myself was very good because I got through some hard parts in the story and turned them into amazing things. Um, I've got my writer's nook built. I've got a little bit of rest, and now I'm ready to return to work to deal with work things, but also to continue on my mission to get the books out. Thank you for watching my vlogs. Hope you enjoy it. Share it, like it, send friends. Let's get subscriptions up. And oh yeah, maybe, just maybe, I might be working on a music video. But till next week, Bill out.